Welcome to this micro course, providing you with best practice skills and know-how. This session is given to you by the Van Haren Group, your partner to enable best practice learning. With your host, Maurits van der Plas.
Hello everyone and welcome to this micro course. I'm here with Bert and Roel, very well-known authors in IPMA project management. Thank you both for being here. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Today in this webinar, which has been co-created or co-hosted by IPMA International, IPMA World, we're going to tell you more about the various IPMA training material which has been created and which will be made available, for so-called REGs. I will give the stage directly to Bert Hedeman. Also, if somebody has questions, feel free. So I stumbled there. Feel free to ask in the chat. We got IPMA World to help us out to answering questions, and also Nick from Van Haren. And if we manage in the time, I will ask the question to Bert or Roel. Looking forward to the session. Bert, please take it away.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. And thanks for inviting us as well, Roel and myself. We have 4 subjects, in fact: overview, the training material, benefits for trainers and organization, what's in for you. We are already working together with REG Partners and member associates, and we'll share some stories about those with you for your benefit. And we finish up by Maurits about how to get access and to get started. So I take together with Roel the first 3 subjects for my account. We are both of us. We are the main partners, main authors in this training material, but we certainly haven't done it only by ourselves. The whole initiative was started in 2022 by Mladen, at that time Vice President of Professional Development of IPMA, nowadays the President of IPMA International. And we were assigned 3 reviewers, Peter, Rebecca, and Christian, and they helped us a lot in all the choices we had to make and in all the reviews. Editor-in-chief during the whole period was Reinhard Wagner. He is editor-in-chief for all the publications by IPMA International. And we had, separate from the 3 main reviewers, we had a number of users, IPMA members, who helped us. We trained them and we discussed the material. Does it fit? Is it clear enough, etc.? And of course, we took for that a wide range of people of many countries. So several people from Greece, Egypt, Italy, Peru, etc., helped us to tailor-made all the materials we have developed. So once again, I want to say thank you to them helping us out in this way. In fact, we have prepared 5 documents, 5 sets. The first one is the main part, Project Management by ICB4. That's a textbook. That's in fact where all the main subjects are discussed. We have a preparation guide with a lot of multiple choice questions and open-ended questions for the students, for the participants in the training, and people, for anyone who want to prepare themselves for certification. We have a Courseware. Courseware is in this way the PowerPoint pack. And for each learning objective, we have at least 1 slide or sometimes even 2 slides. So everything is covered. Trainer guide and exercises, that's more for the trainer organization themselves, case studies and materials, exercises with answering sample answers, etc. So they can be exercised in the classroom, in teams, preferable, not one-to-one, in teams, etc. And at the end, a glossary, what finally will come on the IPMA website. So all based on the current IPMA international competence of the individual competence baseline version 4. We had a number of challenges, I have to tell you. The first one is, of course, it is not just for one exam or something like that. IPMA consists of 4 levels. The first 3 levels, there are exams included. The first level, level D, has multiple choice and open-ended questions. The other has open-ended questions. And we got the assignment to focus on those 3. So it is focused on the subjects, what can be questioned on those 3 levels. So we're covering in all our materials 3 levels of exams, in fact. Another challenge was that each member associate, in fact, it is not one centralized definition of what to ask and what are the objectives. Each member associate has a certain freedom within the framework set by international to personalize during the time to the situation of that member associate, which subject, which objects are applicable. So it was in that way quite a huge challenge, and I explained it a little bit more. IPMA, the individual competence baseline, has 28 competence areas, each one key competence indicators and measures, but luckily also a number of knowledge subjects. For example, if you look at leadership, one of the competence areas, there has 10, 12 knowledge subjects. 4 of them are leadership models, individual learning, sense-making, coaching. And then we have tried to cover them all. All those knowledge subjects mentioned in the 28 competence areas are in fact covered in this training material. But we had to make choices because leadership models, you have perhaps 100 leadership models. So you had to make a choice. Which one we pick out, because you can't put the whole scientific world in one book. So we had to make choices which fits best for the project professional. And in that way, our reviewers were a great help because the 3 challenges I already mentioned it. The knowledge topics were not defined in advance. Member associates can personalize it for their own area. And the individual competence baseline itself is not designed as trainer guidance. So together with the reviewers and together with a number of member associates, the choices they made, we have selected the knowledge topics for in the book. And we have selected a training sequence for in the book, keeping in mind participants who know nothing yet about project management. You have to first tell them what is project management, how to do it, before you go into further details. And there was also not a preset of definitions and project structure. All this together we have discussed lengthily with our reviewers, and I think we made good choices, which item we do and which item we don't. So that's a kind of preset for the whole materials. If I look at the materials itself, the textbook, that's the main part. You see, we in the ICB4, they start with perspective and then people and then practice. If you keep in mind people who have not any knowledge about project management, we have changed the sequence and we start with the practice, then the people and the perspective. Any trainer organization can make their own choice depending on what kind of people there are in the classroom. They can change the sequence. That's not a problem, but we are based on the new persons in project management area. So, and first the general orientation, and after that, preparation. How do you start? How do you plan? How you do deliver, and how you close a project? Just in that sequence. By the people competences, managing first yourself. Of course, you have to start with that one before you are connecting with others. And by the perspective, we made a split up between how do you help, how our changes are incurred into an organization and how you can help them with that, and all kinds of things what are of importance of the internal context of the permanent organization and what of the external context. For example, health, safety, security, environment, law and legislation, and that kind of topics are covered under number 11. Further, we have discussed with the reviewers, we made a split up between the basic part and the advanced part. Each chapter has a basic part which we in generally are the main contents to master that competence, and advanced subjects depending on the situation which you are working in. So that's the main book. Based on that book, we have developed preparation guide. The preparation guide is for participants. The preparation guide for each competence, for each learning objective, there's a very short summary, and furthermore, we have for every basic topic, we have a multiple choice question, and each multiple choice question has also a sample answer, an explanation why the correct answer is good and the not correct answer is not so correct. And we have about 250 open-ended questions, all covering the lead subjects of that competence. And that's a very solid foundation for every participant, every student who want to prepare for the training or want to prepare for their exams in the IPMA certification. That's the second material, second foundation part. The third one is a trainer's guide. The trainer's guide is helping more the trainer and not so specific the participant. The trainer's guide described 3 items. How to use the textbook. They have 2 case studies. One case study about the relocation from one building to the other one. Relocation is always a very good subject because many people can imagine what to do in that kind of circumstances. And the second one is to develop a web shop in an organization. So 2 different case studies for every case study, a series of 7, 8 different exercises. Develop a project outline, make a work breakdown structure, etc., etc. And separate from those 2 items, we have for the people exercises, more exercises you do within the classroom about how to negotiate, how to resolve a conflict, how to lead a team, and that kind of topics, which was very important. All those case studies, independently if it is a case study about the relocation or a web shop or one of the others, are all exercises you can do in the classroom and most of the time in teams. And that is also very good for the learning process within the training organization. That's a third document. The last document, because the glossary will come on the website, is the PowerPoint slide pack. And that is in 2 versions. One is as a document, you can find by the book. The second part is a slide pack, digital, available for all the REG partners. And for every learning objective, you find at least 1 slide. And under on the slides, you also find notes for the trainers for further explanation, how to use this slide, etc. Can be fully customized. If you want to change your sequence in your training, depending on your participants, you can select another sequence, feel free to do that. And you can easily add additional topics if you say that is more important for this customer to add in the training. That's all a lot of work, but we are happy that we could participate and that we could lead this development. If you look at the benefits are for, in our opinion, for a wide range of parties. First, of course, for the project professional, for the professional development, also as a reference guide. If you want to look up, if you want to find out what were the details about a certain subject, they can look into it. They can strengthen their knowledge area. And of course, they can prepare for the exam based on this material. For the member associates, it is a very nice starting point. I will show you in a minute how they do it here in the Netherlands using this material. Very nice starting point to develop their curriculum, and also as a service for the REG partners who are located in the Netherlands. For trainers and educators, of course, they can use all this material to develop their training material. And for a number of organizations, even in the Netherlands, there is now a tender of the central government about for IPMA material, and to make sure that that can be used. So very soon the tender is ending. This material is also used, and they are based everything on these kind of materials. So that a big compliment from their side to us. Many benefits, and the big benefit is also that a lesson learned from one party can help also to improve the situation for the next one, because this is not put in concrete. This is a living document what will grow. What's the situation on this moment? For one REG partner, we are developing an online learning environment. They want to have this tailor-made and white label. So we're doing that on this moment, and they are so far we can see on this moment quite happy about it. For IPMA Netherlands, we have updated our own book based on this international textbook that will be released in next month in the IPMA Congress. They have updated their learning objectives. I will show you in a minute how it looks like. So their learning objectives curriculum is completely defined based on the textbook, the international textbook, what you have just seen. They have updated the complete exam database and the sample exams based on the textbook, and the exercises what are in the preparation guide. And they also now intended to ask us to prepare the online learning environment also in Dutch, so they can be provided for the Dutch REG partners. So we are very pleased to be part of this part. To the last item for me to show you the update learning objectives. What IPMA, this is the IPMA, the IPMA Netherlands story. They have put a taxonomy in. You see it on the right-hand side. They have the Bloom taxonomy used, and they have indicated for B, C, and D level. P was PMO. It's separately effect. B, C, and D level. What is this applicable for this level? Should they know this subject on IPMA B, C, or D? And at what kind of taxonomy they should know that? And they have completely all the competence subjects in the individual competence baseline scheduled on this way. And this is also indicated in the Dutch book for each item. Does this belong to a B, C, or D level exam question? So they are completely tailored their database and their learning objectives and sample exams completely on the international book. And very nice and very beautiful to see how this worked. And on this moment, we also, as I said, we are busy with for the REG partner working on the online learning environment, and that is mainly done by my colleague Roel. Roel is leading that part. He is better in that kind of stuff. This Roel, can you explain a little bit more about this part?
Yes.
Roel, if you can open your screen.
I opened out my screen.
Yeah, on the right page. It's now still.
Okay. Wait a moment then.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, I will show you something about the new product. This is the online preparation guide. You have been logged out. It's there. Okay, I have to log in again. Wait a moment, then I will show it. Online preparation guide. I open it already, but I have to log in again. Okay, there we are. Also, this product, it was a French REG partner. They asked us to make a online learning environment, and we made it in the same structure as the books, as the preparation guide, etc. So the chapter 1, the general introduction of the stuff, the structure of the course, and then all the chapters with their learning environments, learning objectives you can see here. It's almost the same as the exam preparation book, but we can make more questions. We can renew the questions. We can make new themes for MAs, etc. So this is flexible for us to provide the MAs with new materials, with new questions, etc. How it's built up. Chapter 3, for example, you can see here reasons to initiate a project. I take a subject. We make a small summarize of project management by ICB4. Now, when I think I understand this one, I can go to the next step, and then I can make a question, and I think, what's the reason to initiate a project? I don't know the answer. I go back in the learning environment, and I think I have to read more information. And so I can see a reason to initiate a project. I can read more about it. And then again, I go to the question. I answer the questions. I will do it not on the right way now, I think. That's incorrect, complexity, and we are explaining here what's the right answer. So we can provide more questions than our exam preparation guides, so the students can prepare themselves better for exams, etc. So that's good stuff for training organization, for MAs to see how it all is built up and how you can use the books, etc. in an online environment.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
Okay, this is the...
Maurits, we can leave the last part to you, I think.
Yes, if you bring the last slide up, Bert, I think it's still on
bring
your...
the last slide up.
no worries.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Exactly, we got some questions. We also got some nice comments. We got some questions. We have 5 minutes left. If you have a question, so you can ask now in the chat live. And we got IPMA World answering those questions to Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca, for doing so. And we also got my colleague Niek, who's answering the questions related to Van Haren. So if you have any questions, if you want to have a look inside of one of the products, if you want to know more about branding options, pricing, please do let Van Haren know. You can reach out to us through email. If you got a question, how to become a REG, to become a training partner, if you're looking for a training partner, a local training partner, or looking for your member country, please reach out to IPMA World, and they are happy to support you there. Then just to mention, we got some quite active and positive comments from the various participants in the session. So always nice to see this enthusiastic crowd, if I can say so. So thank you all for joining and for being so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Then let's see how, I'm not sure if we can manage all the questions, but we can try to answer a few. So Bert or Roel, can either of you answer the following question from Will Hendricks? are there case studies in the trainer's guide suitable for both level D, C, and level B courses?
Yes, because they are all suitable for that. Not every, for example, for the relocation, we have 7 questions, and there are 1 or 2. You can ask them all. It is not about the level, but perhaps how much experience people already have in a training or in the practice. How some people go for D, but they're already working quite a long time in projects as an engineer or something like that. So it is not quite split up by D, C, and B. It is more about if you have already some experience. But sometimes I give a joint training where participants of D, C, and B are in, and I can do all the exercises with them. That is easy to do. Yeah.
The same for me.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope that I think that answers your question, Will. So again, in the chat, Rebecca and Nico are answering questions that are asked there. So here's one of the answers from Rebecca to one of the questions. Okay, I'm out of screen now, but I think here you can see it's a general answer to various partners if they want to become a REG themselves, and the many benefits that IPMA World provides to REGs. So please do reach out if you want to know more there. Another question from Will was, well, to you, Roel, but Nico already was so kind to answer it. The question was, will the online environment also be made available in Dutch?
Yes, of course.
Sorry, that was the question. And indeed, Nico was so kind to answer that question. Here another question from Marcel. The trainer guide is in Dutch as well? Question mark. I can't find it on the Van Haren webshop. I think Roel.
That is correct. It is not yet. We are happy that the Dutch book, the textbook, is sent to the printer to be printed yesterday evening. So the other books will follow. The other books will follow in due course, but there's only one book. The textbook, the Dutch textbook, will be available on the event in May. And the rest will follow.
Exactly. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your question, Marcel, and your excitement. Can't wait, of course, to get the material. Yeah. Also here, thank you from Will. Well, then, Roel, Bert, this was it already. Thank you for addressing this all to our audience, to the various training partners in IPMA worldwide. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. Once again, if you want to know more, please reach out to either Van Haren or IPMA World. Now we have the end video, and looking forward to connect. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
We at the Van Haren Group believe that organizations can benefit from shared knowledge and experiences, and we try to help them to do so. We are an independent, worldwide recognized content provider in management best practices and standards, well known for its flexibility and years of experience. Our education partners offer specialized training using our books, courseware, e-learnings, and exams. These partners play a crucial role in delivering high-quality education to professionals, leveraging our products to ensure comprehensive and effective learning experiences. At Van Haren Group, we're more than just a publisher. Our unwavering commitment to quality, passion, trust, fairness, and forward-thinking drives everything we do. We are dedicated to empowering professionals and organizations worldwide to achieve their goals and thrive in today's dynamic landscape. Dream, learn, and achieve with Van Haren Group.
Do you want to apply a best practice yourself and maybe leverage our services? Do get in contact with us. We are more than happy to advise how to take the next step.